Welcome to Balancing Act. I'm Samantha. I'm going to take you through your 30-minute flow of a warrior sequence. So join me at the front of your mat. Press your big toes together and your heels slightly apart. Start to feel gravity as it pulls your feet into the floor, okay? As you do that, I want you to think about lifting up through the rest of your body. So lift up through the kneecaps, squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes, tuck your tailbone underneath you. Stack everything nice and even and bring your hands to heart center, namaste. Separate your toes, wiggle them around, squeeze that lower body, your shoulders are relaxed. And on the inhale, just think about making yourself a little bit taller, like there's a string pulling the top of your head to the ceiling. Beautiful, and take a few breaths here. I forgot to start my timer. Okay. Inhale the arms up nice and tall and reach toward the sky. Inhale, on the exhale, take a big twist and open the arms to the right. Turn that back hand around and press the air away. Start to activate the shoulders in the upper body and twist. Bring that right hip forward as you bring the right arm back. Sweep the right arm all the way up to the sky. Deep breath and open it up to the left. Press the air behind you away as you turn that hand around. This hip comes forward as this arm goes back and twist. And then sweep that arm all the way back up. Open the arms up nice and wide. Give me your full giant wingspan here. Keep squeezing the glutes and tucking the tail and give me your biggest wingspan. Open up your fingers as wide as you can and just stretch in the webbing of your fingers. Now start to twist your wrists around towards the back and towards the front. Beautiful. Just move your wrists around any way you want, actually. Just make figure eights. The figure eights feel really nice. You'll feel your arms start to get kind of tired here because you're really activating a lot of accessory muscles that we don't often use. And then on the inhale, the arms come back up, back down to heart center, and keep falling forward into your forward bend. Soften your knees and separate your feet hip distance apart. Rock your hips side to side, bending the knees, letting gravity pull your head down. Your knees are really soft here. You can interlace your hands into your elbows and rock side to side. And just let the blood flow in the opposite direction, opening up the hamstrings, the whole back of your legs. Just rocking your upper body like a grandfather clock here. Nice. Press your hands into the floor if you can. Bend your knees as much as you have to do that. And then take a stroll to the back of your mat, landing in your down dog. Perfect. Press those heels toward the floor. Separate the shoulders. Start to move them away from your spine and back away from your ears. With your hands, I want you pressing through the base of your index and your thumb. And your head just hangs heavy. You can walk out and pedal out your feet a little bit. Nice. And drop down to your knees into your cat-cow. Arch the back and round it. And arch it. And round it. Arch. And on the round, I want you to tuck the toes and push back down dog. Beautiful. And stroll to the front of your mat. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. All the way to standing. Arms come up and touch and dive back down. Beautiful. Lift and lengthen. Arch the back, lengthen the neck, and forward fold. Bring that right foot back behind you. Lower the knee and come up to a nice easy crescent. And hands come to opposite sides of your foot. Bring that left foot back and come into a plank. Drop the knees, drop the chest, and drop the chin. Slither forward into your baby cobra. Beautiful. Deep breath and press it back. Right foot comes between the hands. Drop that knee, untuck the toes. Easy crescent, hands touch, and come down. Now I want you to flex your front foot and bend your back and just spring forward back into a nice arch and forward fold. Rise up flat back if you want. You can still roll it up one vertebrae at a time if you like. And dive down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg comes back. Drop the knee, untuck the toes, and crescent. Hands come down. Right foot comes back. You can come into your plank. If you want, you can do the knees, chest, chin once again, or you can do a full chaturanga, lowering down, elbows in really close to your rib cage, and pull into your up dog. Press back, down dog. Left leg comes between the hands. Drop the knee. Crescent. And hands come down. Pull those left toes back towards your face and spring forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. And rise up flat back if you can. And drop down. Inhale, lift. Both feet come back this time into your down dog. Come into your plank. Slowly lower, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Raise that back leg. Nothing too crazy here. Just keep the hips nice and square. That right hip is dropped, and bring the foot between your hands. Drop your back foot so it's perpendicular to your front, and rise up into your warrior one. And drop down. Just one breath, inhale, one breath, exhale. Drop it down. Inhale, exhale, down dog. Left leg rises. Keep the left hip nice and low. Bring it between your hands. Drop the back foot. Inhale all the way up. Warrior one. All the way down. Leg comes back. Plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. If you want to skip the chaturangas, you always can, and just move right back into your down dog. Crouch like a tiger. And just take a light little hop between your hands. Try to land as gently as you can. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Sink your tush down into your chair. Rise up with your hands. Utkatasana, chair pose. Hands reach one direction. Your butt reaches down. And come back to standing. Hands come to heart center. We're going to roll through that one more time. Inhale all the way up. Sink down in your chair. And shoulders come down, hands rise up. Sink down, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Both legs come back into your plank. Slowly lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Right leg raises up and pulls in between your hands. Drop the back foot. Warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. One exhale all the way down to the ground into your chaturanga. Up dog and down dog. Left leg raises between your hands. Drop that back foot perpendicular to the front. Rise all the way up and all the way down. Left leg comes back, plank pose, chaturanga. Up dog and down dog. Take a moment to catch your breath here. Come back to your Ujjayi breath. Close your mouth. Breathe in and out through your nose, through that constriction in the back of your throat. Pedal out your feet if you like. Crouch like a tiger and hop as gently and softly as you can, right between your hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rise all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Come back into your plank. Slowly lower. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pull back, down dog. Right leg raises up. This time open the hip just a little bit and make a circle. Couple of circles in the outside direction to the right. And then to the left. Bend that knee and bring it all the way through. Plant it nice and softly between your hands. Drop the back foot. Rise up to warrior one. Take 2 breaths here. And then open up into warrior two. Check your alignment here. Make sure your heel is in alignment with the center of your back foot. Shoulders are dropped. Try to sink down 1 inch more. Flip the front hand over and tip back into your peaceful warrior. And cartwheel it all the way down. Right leg comes back, slowly lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg rises. Open up the hip. Make some circles to the outside. Circles to the inside. Bend that knee and drag it nice and carefully and slowly between your hands and plant it nice and soft. Drop the back foot. Come up, warrior one. Sink down, a couple breaths here. Open up, warrior two. Check your alignment here. As you're looking left, think a little bit right. I don't want you leaning this way. I don't want you leaning that way. Torso right over your hips. Shoulders are relaxed. Tip back, peaceful. Nice stretch in the left rib cage. Pressing the outside of your right foot into the mat, nice and strong. Lower that right hand down the right leg just a couple more inches and cartwheel it all the way down. Beautiful. Slowly lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Nice. If you need to take a child's pose at any time, please do. Listen to your body, modify as needed. And the right leg comes up. Open up the hips, stretch out that whole pelvis and make a bigger circle than you did on the last one. And then the opposite direction. Very good. Bend that right knee and bring your knee to your nose and crunch. And then I'll press it back. Knee to nose, crunch. Press it back. Knee to nose and crunch and press it back. And then bring that foot all the way forward and plant it. Drop the back leg, come up to your warrior one. Inhale up. Exhale, open warrior two. Bodies are getting warm here. You can sink a little bit deeper. Tip back, peaceful warrior. Reach, inhale, one more deep breath. And on the exhale, extended warrior position. So you're going to put your elbow here if you want it here. You can also plant your hand on the floor. We'll run through this again and you can take that last change. For the first one, you can modify with your elbow on your knee and just reach here. You can see there's one long line of energy, like a straight line, a ruler from my left fingertips all the way down to the outside of my left foot. Try to see if you can feel that out. And breathe. Beautiful. Now I want you to come back into your retreating warrior. So take your hands to namaste, bend your left, toes come up on your right, and retreat. Your gaze is over towards your right shoulder. Back into your extended and all the way to the floor. Drop it down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Nice. Left leg rises. Big circle to the outside and to the inside. And then bend that leg and drag it toward your nose. Crunch. Press back. And crunch. Press back. And crunch. and press back. And bring the foot all the way between your hands. Plant the back foot, rise all the way up, warrior one. Take a breath here. Open up to warrior two. Sink down, check your alignment. Look left, think a little bit right. Tip back, peaceful warrior. Beautiful. Just drop that right hand a little bit lower down your right leg. And then come into your extended warrior. Right hand over the ear and reach. Try to keep your body really in one straight plane here. Don't lean forward, don't arch back, just really straight over that knee. Now drop the right hand, bring up the right toes and bend the back leg, coming into your retreated warrior. Beautiful. And then open it up, back into your extended, and drop it all the way down. Beautiful. Inhale up, exhale down. Beautiful. Little active recovery here. We're going to roll over to our left side into a side plank. So you can drop your left knee if you like. You can stagger your feet or you can stack them. This is yogi's choice. But just squeeze your glutes and press your hips to the sky. Whatever modification you choose. And pull your shoulders away from your ears. And then roll it over to the other side. Big side plank. Get that full range of space from your hand to your fingertips on either hand. And drop it down. Down dog. Right leg raises. Bend the knee and open the hip. This time you can roll out that hip as ever you want. Just circles up and down. Just get that mobility in however it feels good. And then drag your knee over to your right elbow and press it back, three-legged dog. As you drag it to your right elbow, come into a nice push-up. You can bend those elbows, really activating all of that upper body strength. And press back. Foot comes between your hands, drop the back, and come up into your warrior one. Open up warrior two. Tip back, peaceful. Extended. You can drop your hand to the floor this time if you like. Behind your foot, I like better because it opens up your body and keeps you in one straight plane. And then come all the way back up into your retreated warrior. You can sink down a little bit lower here if you like. Hands come to namaste. And then I want you to come back up here, open up the body, flat back, flying warrior. Hold here for just a moment. Take some breaths. Really lift your kneecaps here. Don't forget to lift your kneecaps. The back of your neck is nice and long, like you're peering over a cliff. Come back into your retreated. And all the way back to your hands, come to opposite sides of your foot and come back into your down dog. Beautiful. Really strengthening the legs in all of these warrior poses. Raise the left, bend the knee, and make some big circles. Whatever mobility here feels good, I want you to move your hip around. And then drag that knee to your outside elbow as you bend your arms and activate all your upper body strength. Beautiful. Was that 3? I can't remember. Let's do one more for extra credit. Knee to elbow. I think that was 4. That was too many. And bring your foot between your hands. Drop your back leg. Come all the way up, warrior one. Sink down, warrior two. Don't forget your deep breaths. Close your mouth and breathe through your nose. Activating that constriction in the back of your throat. Reach over the left ear. Peaceful warrior. And extended right angle. Reach over the right ear this time with the right arm. Get that long line of energy from the outside of your right foot to your right fingertips. Now come up using your upper body strength and your rib cage here and your left leg. Come back into your retreated warrior. Sink down into that right hip and flex those left toes. Beautiful. Now straighten both legs. Flying warrior. Flat back. Peering over the edge of this cliff. You can rock your weight towards the balls of your feet as much as is comfortable. I don't want you to fall forward. But keep those kneecaps really lifted. And if you feel like they're hyperextended, then just give them a micro bend. Back of your neck is nice and long. Beautiful. Come back into your retreated warrior one more time. And walk it all the way forward. Pull the left leg back. Slowly lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, down dog. Nice. Pedal out the feet. Deep breaths. Come back to your breath if you've lost it. And the right leg comes up once more. Reach it as far as you can. This time I want you to just try to keep your legs straight and go as much into your three-legged split as you can. Just press open, go for the stretch here, more so than the mobility. And then take that knee and drag it all the way to your left elbow and push it back up. Nice and high, stretch it really far. Again, knee to elbow. Last one. Hand comes between your feet. Feet comes between your hands. How about that? Drop the knee, bend it nice and deep. Rise it up to warrior one. Reach up and sink down. Open up, big warrior two. Gaze over that right middle finger, and tip back, peaceful warrior. Reach it out into your extended right angle. Reach it back into your retreating warrior. Secretly about to pounce. And straighten the feet out into your flying warrior. Very good. Lift up those kneecaps. Back into your retreating. One last time and walk it forward. Beautiful. It feels good when you get to do it all together at the same time. Inhale up, exhale back. Awesome. Raise the left. Big stretch, the biggest three-legged split you can get. Point your toe and just reach. And then drag that knee all the way forward to your right elbow and press back. Knee to right elbow and press back. Knee to right elbow, press back. Put it all the way forward and plant your foot between your hands. Drop the back foot. Rise up, warrior one. Open up to warrior two. Sink down a little deeper than you're used to, than you're comfortable with. As you tip back, peaceful warrior. Left knee and left hand reaching away from one another. Reach all the way into your extended. Over the right ear. Drop the left fingertips if you can. If not, you can always keep your elbow on your knee. And then reach all the way up. Use that lower body strength. Hands come to namaste. Back into your retreating warrior. And then straighten the legs. Push up with all of the strength in your right leg. Use your hands if needed. And open up into your flying warrior. Reach over the hands. Reach out with the hands, not over the hands. Reach over the cliff. And then hands come to namaste again. Back into your retreating warrior. And walk it all the way forward. Left leg comes back. Slowly lower chaturanga. Push up. from your chaturanga. These are optional chaturanga push-ups. Slowly lower and push up. One more, slowly lower and push up. Push back down dog. Take a moment, take a breath. Pedal out your dog. So nice, good job. Roll over to the left side, back into your side plank. If you want to progress this, you can elevate the leg and just let it float. And if you want to progress it even more, see if you can balance on that outside heel. Grab your right toes with your index and middle and extend that right leg up towards the sky. And slowly drop it down. Roll to the other side. Give me your biggest and best side plank here. So awesome. Squeeze your glutes. Let the left leg just float up if you can. And if you want to progress it even further, grab those left toes and extend that leg as far and high as you can. Take a breath and balance. Wobbles are good. Find your balance again. And slowly lower it all the way back down to down dog. So much strength building in your lower body in that sequence. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so crouch like a tiger and hop all the way through into seated, straight into your boat pose. Let's work those abs. Okay. Activate your core, close it in, and extend your legs out in front of you. If this is too much, then tabletop. If this gets too tiring, don't touch your feet to the floor. There's hot lava on the ground, so you can always hug in like this and take a break. Hands come out forward in front of you. Lots of energy coming out of the fingertips. Open up your chest, flatten that back. I don't want to see this. I want to see this. And if you can extend your feet, I want to see a nice straight V with nice hard angles. Breathing. I know we've been in this for a long time while I'm talking and talking. If you want to bend the knees again, probably starting to feel this in your hip flexors, not even in your core, but down here, the tops of your legs. Oh, I know it. You can also grab your toes and pull the whole thing in as you pull the shoulders back and open your chest. That'll give you a little bit of a break from the strength of holding the legs up, but still activation in your core. Okay, 5 more breaths. Any variation you want. And slowly lower. This time I don't want you to plop it down. I want you to slowly lower, engaging your core 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way down. And bring the knees in. Bring your knees to tabletop. Open up your arms into a big T and drop your legs to the left and drop them to the right. Use your core strength to rotate from side to side on your body. Awesome. Breathing through these. These should actually feel pretty good. And if you want to progress this, you can extend your legs for a longer lever. Makes it harder to lift them and drop them slowly. That is another option if you want to do this as well. Strengthening our core. Beautiful. Don't forget, don't be afraid to use your hands for leverage. You can push down into the ground a little bit. Okay, beautiful. Drop the feet. Raise your butt off the floor. Imagine there is a resistance band around your knees, keeping them from splaying out. It's holding them together nice and tight. If you want to, you can even take a yoga block and put it between your knees and hold it there. That will really keep those knees together. Press down through the base of your big toes, also to help with that, and press those hips up to the sky. So take this bridge here. Think about tucking your tail here, more so than just arching your back. It's both. I want you to get into a back bend, but also keeping your glutes elevated and that tail tucked. So it's a combination of these two things. And if you want to progress this, then place your hands underneath your shoulders and push up into your back bend. Beautiful. Take some breaths here. If you want to come out of your back bend and then come back into it, by all means do so. Just drop your tailbone slowly to the floor, hug in the knees, make a few circles, and then come back into it. If you're in your full wheel, same thing with the imaginary resistance band. Keep those knees magnetizing toward one another. And then one vertebrae at a time from the top to the bottom, all the way down, and hug those knees in. Make the little circles. One way and the other way. Awesome. Let's extend your right leg and extend your left leg. Just some nice big stretches here. You can always stretch more after class. I always encourage it. I want to show you guys as much like active flow as I can in the time that I have with you. So I may not do like a whole lot of stretches, but your body is warm. Your muscles are nice and lubed up. And it's a great time just to take even 5 extra minutes after class and do a stretch, or do one of my 10-minute stretch classes. Beautiful. Let's roll it all the way up to seated position and just take a forward fold. Legs out in front of you. Let's move all the flesh away from our butt so that we can sit right on our sits bones, and inhale up nice and high. Reach and forward fold. As you're forward folding, always think about your chest to your shins, not your forehead to your knees. So you're extending out with a nice long rib cage. If you want to extend your arms and pulling your shoulders back, this will give you a good feeling of what the extension feels like and what it looks like, so that you don't compromise the integrity of your forward fold. I don't even care if your forward fold looks like this. If you're feeling it on the backs of your legs and all you need to do is flex your feet to do that, then I'd rather you sit here than sit here. And if you're sitting here, then try to extend further and further and further. Whatever is comfortable to give you a nice stretch, but not push you into a painful place. Awesome. All right, let's adjust on our mats and roll all the way back. Take one last spinal twist. Bring your right knee over to the left side in your spinal twist of choice. And switch it around. Take those back cracks where you can get them. And then all the way back into your Shavasana. You've earned it. Let your body go. The most important part for me in Shavasana is just making sure you really drop your jaw and just let the back of your tongue fall off the roof of your mouth. If you do that in your Shavasana, you're going to feel like next level relaxation in your whole head, and it'll radiate down the rest of your body. So as you get into your Shavasana, think about really relaxing your jaw from here underneath your ears, and then let the back of your tongue just come off the roof of your mouth. And just let it go and stay here as long as you like, and have a beautiful day.